Alright, y'all, I'm about to give y'all a video on 5 ways how to deal with stress. You hear me? So save this video. Whenever you're going through something, it's gonna remind you how to get through stress and anxiety and depression. You hear me? Because if you watch my page, that's all I know. If you go through pain, this video is for you. You hear me? That's all I represent is people who go through the pain. You hear me? That's my job. You hear me? To motivate y'all. So watch this whole video because it'll get from less to best. You hear me? Watch this whole thing, y'all. I love y'all. Number one, y'all, is positive self-talk. Like when you notice negative thoughts creeping in, challenge them by asking yourself if they are realistic or helpful to you. And then you gotta reframe them thoughts into more positive, empowered statements. Like for example, like instead of saying I can't do this, I can't do that, you gotta say try saying something like this: I can handle this challenge, one step at a time. I got this. I got this. I know I can do this. Like there's little stuff like that. It's gonna take time to train your mind like this, but you gotta talk yourself positivity and you gotta speak it to existence. I tell y'all this all the time. Like the stuff that come out your mouth are powerful. You hear me? They turn into manifestation. You hear me? The stuff you say out your mouth, man. I love y'all, man. That's number one though. You hear me? Positive talk, man. Positive talk. That's one way how you deal with stress. I'm telling you, you're gonna feel way better. Number two, y'all, is creating a daily routine. Like establishing a consistent daily routine can really help you reduce stress and anxiety. Like it provides you structure and predictability. You hear me? Like you don't know what's gonna happen in your day. It's all about keeping your mind busy. You hear me? Like you set a sleep schedule. You wake up. You have your time where you exercise. Like you wouldn't even gotta be that type of person that like to work out. It's just exercise is all about the mental. That's why most people do it. Most of them people that works out in the gym, they go to the gym because they be going through that pain. They be going through stress. You hear me? It don't even be about the muscle sometimes. You hear me? Like you hear me? So just it's stuff like that. You hear me? Create a routine. You hear me? Create a routine. The way I wake up is I start my day off by listening to positive music and meditating and stuff like that. Meditate help you. You hear me? 10 minutes. You hear me? 10 minutes before. Don't even touch your phone. You hear me? Don't even touch your phone. Your phone should not be the first thing you touch when you wake up, y'all. So yeah, create your routine, y'all. That's number two. Number three, y'all, and this is important. This is practicing mindfulness. Like mindfulness involves intentionally focus on the present moment without judgment. You hear me? You can practice mindfulness through activities like deep breathing, like meditation, like I told y'all, or you can simply like pay close attention to your surroundings. You hear me? And your senses. Like you can practice those things by like you can find a quiet place in your room. You hear me? Or in your crib, whatever. Like find somebody who's quiet where you're not gonna be interrupted. When you're comfortable, you hear me? You gotta be comfortable. You can sit down on the chair and do it. You hear me? Or you can lay down. You can feel me. You can lay down on your bed and do it. Wherever. Just 10 minutes. You hear me? Meditate. Get your mind right. You hear me? You gotta practice mindfulness. You hear me? It's all about your mind. If you could control your mind, nobody can control you. Your mind is more powerful than anything on this planet, y'all. It's all about the mind. I study psychology. It's deeper than what y'all think. You hear me? So that's number three, man. I love y'all. Y'all, this number four. Like a lot of y'all might not want to hear this, but look, it's called seeking professional help. If you struggling with chronic stress or anxiety, it's important to reach out for professional help. You hear me? Like this might involve seeing a therapist or a counselor, or you could come see me. I'm your brother Mary. You hear me? You gotta talk to somebody. Like this is serious issues. You hear me? But another way you can deal with this is like you could reach out to your doctor for a consultant. You hear me? About medications you can take and get help. You hear me? Because some people like don't got nobody. You feel me? Like nobody. Some people don't got nobody. And you gotta, if you don't trust nobody, you can talk to somebody that understands you. Like find somebody that can fit your shoes, that you know that they've been through the same thing. You hear me? But they professional at it too as well. Or you got me. You hear me? You also got God, but sometimes you do gotta let that out. You hear me? So that's number four, y'all. Seek help if you can. If you really ain't got nobody, you need somebody to open up to. Right here. You hear me? Number five, man. Oh man, I saved this one for the last for y'all because some of y'all need this. It's gonna help you with your friends, your family, and in business. I promise y'all. And number five, y'all, it's called setting boundaries. You hear me? Setting clear boundaries where others can help you manage stress. It can protect you from things like it can protect you from a lot. Don't be afraid to say no. You hear me? It can protect your own well-being. Like this might include saying no. Like I just said, you gotta say no. You gotta say no. Say no to stuff that make you feel overwhelming or intrusive. Or you gotta establish limits. Set them limits on how much time you spend on social media, because social media it could drain your energy too. You gotta watch what you do, watch what you spending your time on. Stop doing low vibration activities, y'all. That's why I say number 5 is important. You hear me? Number 5 is important. Set boundaries with people. Set boundaries on your stuff you do. Set boundaries on the stuff you spending your time on, man. I love y'all. If y'all love this video, like, comment, subscribe. You know we never trip. We always turn that pain into passion. If you can relate, give me a comment. What can y'all relate to? You hear me? And if y'all want a part 2, let me know, man. I love y'all.